Wow, what a great, beautiful day it is today. It's a Monday and had quite a nice weekend doing a bit of mediumship. Did Burton Latimer on Friday night, good turnout. Then did Kettering Spiritless Church yesterday, which again quite pleased about, and got a busy week this week. So just been to taking my laptop because it's suddenly packed up working on me, so I want to see if I can get that sorted out, because I like to edit my videos. Again, this Friday, big night at the Cool Market Hall in Kettering Town Centre, Evening of Clairvoyance, as I said before. Come along to that one. It's £10 admission on the door, starts around 7:30, so it'd be good to see you there. Anyway, yesterday I did some philosophy in the church, and basically the philosophy was about something I saw on YouTube, which basically was a lady that had a near-death experience. She was absolutely riddled with cancer. She was told there was no hope and that she was going to pass. So there she is, laying on a bed in the hospital, family all around her, quite upset, knowing that it's only going to be a matter of hours before she passes away. Bearing in mind this lady's only in her mid-40s, everything to live for, but her body unfortunately riddled with cancer. Anyway, what happens is eventually, finally, she does take her last breath, and she leaves, and she thinks she's just going to now go to the spirit world. And but what she's aware of is she's totally consciously aware that she's still in the room, that she's there with her family. Even though they can't see her, she can see them. So she finds this quite confusing, but at the same time she's got this immense feeling of no fear, a tremendous feeling of love surrounding her, and all she wants to do is get across to her family that she's very much alive, still in existence. And this basically proves the point, as they say, that the conscious mind continues even though the physical body expires. So anyway, what happens, this lady finally goes to the spirit world, and she meets up with her mum and dad. And one thing she's aware of is that she seems to have a link with her mind to everybody that she knows that's passed away, even people that are still alive. She feels that she can just reach out to any one of them. And anyway, she meets up with her father and mother, and basically they tell her that she's got to go back. It's not her time. And she sort of says to her parents, you know, what's the point going back? My body's riddled with cancer. There's no point. How can I live in a body like that? And they said, your body will be healed. And below me, she does end up returning back to her body, and still her family is sitting around her, really upset because they've obviously just lost her. And there she is, opens her eyes, and with the surprise, they all look at her as if to say, you know, they can't believe that she's back. And of course, obviously the doctors rush in, and they have to reassure the family, look, this may not last for very long. You know, she's very ill, and don't raise your hopes. A weird thing is, after about a week in hospital, the cancer starts to disappear, and she starts to get better. And so much so that in 2 weeks' time, she is released from the hospital and returns back to normal. Now, this lady has dedicated her life to basically telling people about her experience, about her near-death experience. And you can find her on TED Talks on the television. And the interesting thing is, she came back with 3 very important messages that she was told from the spirit world, which I found quite fascinating. Number 1 was, we have to learn to love ourselves. This is what's so important today, so that we're not reaching out and dependent on others for our self-happiness. So love yourself. And number 2 is fear nothing. You think about it, fear does play a big part in a lot of people's lives. It can become a really big obstacle. So fear nothing. And the final one, which amazed me, because those of you that know me know that I work a lot with humour. I am known as the comedian of mediums, the happy medium. And the number 3 is laughter. Laughter. Laughter is the best medicine. Laugh and the world will laugh with you. And I always thought to myself, you know, was I doing the wrong thing working with humour when I do my mediumship? And now I realise that humour is a way of bringing people together and connecting people. So I'm going to carry on as I am. So may things continue. So remember, number one, love yourself, or try to learn to love yourself. Number two, fear nothing. Okay? And that applies to worry as well, because the basis of all worry is fear. And number three, and finally, laughter. See you later.